How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Lots of unhappy NBA superstars over the years, especially now that it's been a month since Kevin Durant demanding a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. Every time an all-time great gets frustrated with their team and wants out, it's almost impossible for the franchise to get anything equal in return for KD himself as one-of-a-kind player. Given the recent trades of Rudy Gobert and multiple draft picks, Kevin Durant's obviously way worth more than that. So given situation of the Brooklyn Nets current roster, a potential starting five of Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris, Kevin Durant, and Nick Claxton, absolute contenders if the team clicks and there's no distractions. You can't tell me looking at this lineup right here that this team cannot be a top 2 seed in the East. And how about the Brooklyn Nets bench as it currently stands? The next 5 snipers in Patty Mills, Seth Curry, Royce O'Neal, TJ Warren, and Deron Sharp. Those are some terrific role players. 3 of these guys can knock down 5 threes on any given night and get you 20 points. Demanding a trade for another star player, whichever team KD goes, the talent will be absolutely weakened. So many believe the Nets are stalling time till training camp if necessary to end up keeping KD and retaining Kyrie for one last chance. That could turn out to be the best situation for the Nets, to be honest. Given the times other stars have demanded a trade, let's take a look at 5 unhappy greats who once demanded out, only ended up staying, and won some championships, resulting in the best decision possible. Starting with Magic Johnson of the Los Angeles Lakers, the face of the Showtime Lakers, the greatest point guard in NBA history, once upon a time wasn't happy with the direction of the franchise. In his earlier years, a loaded squad, the 5-time champion and 9 finals appearance, celebrated and cherished as one of the greatest the game will ever see. But at the young age of 22, Johnson, the star of his 3rd season, where many guys his age would be rookies if they stayed 4 years in college. 2nd season hampered by injuries, just played 37 games, but incredible numbers of 21.5 points, nearly 9 and 9, 3.5 steals. His Lakers fell to the 6th seed Rockets round 1. Head coach Paul Westhead had Magic actually playing the 2 guard position, Norm Nixon at the 1, but both averaged nearly 9 assists, Magic being the taller, bigger guy at 6'9". On November 18, 1981, in the locker room after a game in Utah, Magic stated, "I can't play here anymore. I want to leave. I want to be traded." With his differences with Westhead, a surprising scenario catching his teammates and Westhead off guard. The first time Westhead has heard of such a thing. After signing a 25-year contract worth $25 million, the contract even calls for the basketball phenom to be part of team management once he retires. So loyal to Magic, Johnson became a villain overnight. Wanting to play more point and take over the offense, the team had to pick a side between the young superstar or Paul Westhead, whose system has been criticized by the media long before his firing. Written by the Washington Post, Johnson greeted with boos at the Forum the first time after Westhead's departure. Columnists called him a spoiled brat with a 25-year security blanket. Imagine how the media reacts today if a 3rd-year superstar wanted out so fast only because he hated his coach. LA was 7-4 at the time of Westhead's firing, 6 of the wins by 4 points or fewer. Offense was slowed down after young assistant Pat Riley took over. The birth of Showtime was official. LA got the fast breaks, dunks, backdoors, no-look passes, some of the best basketball the game has ever seen. Johnson handed the keys to the offense. Magic took it upon himself. Although Westhead's days were outnumbered anyway, the Lakers became the best show in all of entertainment. The celebrities, good-looking cheerleaders, better than a Broadway show. Another championship, the 2nd in 3 seasons, Johnson ended up with 4 more titles since demanding a trade between 82 to 91 until forcing to retire due to HIV. The 10 seasons of Showtime glory, Johnson averaged nearly 20 points, over 7 boards, 12 assists, 2 steals, 52% from the field, and all-star every season, 3 league MVPs, all-NBA every one of those seasons, 1st team between 83 to 91, and 4 assist titles, success that couldn't have been possible if Magic didn't run the show. The NBA Finals still on tape delayed, the dark days, but thanks to Johnson's Lakers and legendary rivalry with superstar Larry Bird's Boston Celtics, the league began to change positively, elevated to new heights that couldn't have been imagined. Established credibility, Showtime almost single-handedly made the Lakers one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports. While Magic's superstar teammate Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, age 35, joined the latter part of the 82 postseason, there were rumors that LA wanted to trade him in a 3-team deal with the Knicks and Jazz.
Now the Lakers, of course, are going to flip a coin with San Diego for that choice, but but the Lakers apparently tried all day Friday to close a 4-team trade that would have been a blockbuster. Now, according to my source, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would have come to the New York Knicks, with Bill Cartwright and Michael Ray Richardson moving west.
Jabbar ended up playing 7 more productive seasons, 3 more championships, 1 more Finals MVP, and All-Star every season since their so-called proposed deal, combined with the Lakers and Clippers going back and forth on the #1 pick. If Showtime knew beforehand they could have landed the #1 pick, would have selected college superstar Ralph Sampson. If he elected to enter the draft a year early, Kareem likely would have been gone. Also talks about the Lakers wanting to give long-term superstar Moses Malone a long free agent deal, and Jabbar will accept a trade to New York, being his hometown, but Magic and Kareem stayed together ever since, became one of the most successful duels the league has ever seen, worked out for the betterment of both. Jabbar more than likely wouldn't have won 3 more titles playing elsewhere. Hakeem Olajuwon, before his repeat in '94 and '95, the second best player in the '90s decade, before providing one of the best carry jobs to the title, about to finish his 8th season, averages of 23 points, 12.5 boards, 2 steals, 3.5 blocks. The 29-year-old furious with the direction of the franchise. After 4 straight first-round playoff exits, since superstar Ralph Sampson traded due to lingering knee problems, not having any other All-Star from his team during '88 to '91, Hakeem didn't appear motivated to play after putting up numbers of under 22 a game, both '91 and '92. The franchise drifted further away after making the finals his second season as the best player, 42 wins in '87, followed by 46, 45, 41, then 52. Still a decent team, but nowhere near championship quality. Wanting to contend, here's a soundbite of Dream talking about his uncertain future.
If it's necessary, I may have to require trade if it's necessary. I've played half of my career here now, and the future of the team I still don't know. For my future personally, I would like to control my own destiny. If I can't get it done here, I would like to do this elsewhere.
The boiling point when Dream failed to play against the Kings due to a hamstring injury, the team felt he was trying to renegotiate his contract, combined with the time when other elite centers in Ewing and Robinson were making more money. As doctors cleared Hakeem to play, the big men and GM Steve Patterson beefed so bad, legal actions against Dream were considered. The two jabbed back and forth, but Dream had the consistent work ethic and viewed as a dedicated player throughout his career. Hakeem suspended and or injured. Houston lost all 5 of those games late March of '92 without him, failed to make the playoffs. Many teams wanted Hakeem, while owner Charlie Thomas wanted to sell the team and making more money. Trading Hakeem beforehand would have cost him a lot of money. Hakeem still a Rocket by media day, entering the '92-'93 season, still seeking to be traded, but the team went on a trip to Japan for the league to market their audience. While Thomas brought his kids and wife, Hakeem gave compliment to Charlie's kids. The owner and Olajuwon sat together on the plane, appeared to be in good terms afterwards, didn't even renew a contract mid-season, but balled out his mind, averaged 25 and 13, over 4 blocks, having a 30 and 21 record, proving Dream was a hard worker. Then in March, signed a 4-year deal worth $30 million. From that point forward, Hakeem put his past behind and pursued his dream of winning a title. 55 wins in '93, lost to the Sonics in 7-game semis. The following season, Thomas sold the team for $85 million. Patterson fired as GM. In '94, Hakeem went on to have one of the single greatest seasons the league has ever seen. Won pretty much all the important awards as the best player in the league after Jordan retired. No other All-Star on his team led the Rockets to the championship in one of the most impressive single carry jobs all time. In '95, Hakeem took on more of a challenge in earning one of the hardest titles ever, facing teams with 60 wins, 59, 62, and 57, outplaying and destroying everybody he faced. I made a video on the toughest title paths if you want to click on the link above to give you an idea how amazing Hakeem really was. The 5 seasons after demanding a trade, Dream averaged 26, 11, nearly 2 steals, over 3 blocks, while his postseason numbers of 28, 11, and 4, similar numbers of steals and blocks, 53% shooting in 81 games, solidified his greatness. Things couldn't have turned out any better, a dream come true. Scottie Pippen 1997. Many of you watching this video I assume already watched The Last Dance. The previous seasons from 91 to 97, Scottie averaged 20 points, 7.5 boards, 6 assists, over 2 steals. After signing a 7-year, $18 million deal, GM Jerry Krause wanted to dismantle the team. Pippen almost traded for draft pick Tracy McGrady. It was a miracle the 98 season even happened with Jordan and Pippen finishing on top after electing to get surgery late at the end of August, missing the first half of the season. Here were Scottie's remarks on whether he wear a Bulls uniform again.
I'm not going to play there anymore, and that's that. And I have that freedom and I have that right to do that.
Well, as I said before, we certainly spent an awful lot of money to bring this team back. And we did it with the object of trying to win our 6th world championship and to reward the greatest fans in the world. And certainly we hope that will happen.
Viewed as selfish after almost getting traded for Sean Kemp in 94, while the great MJ axed the deal according to T-Mac. The GOAT played all 82 games, won MVP, led the Bulls to 62 wins. Despite Pippen missing 38 games, Rodman 1 foot out the door, Scottie still averaged 19 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals and a block, 36 and 8 with him running on fumes. Scottie put up 17 and 7, 5 assists, 5 dimes, 2 steals and a block in the postseason. 17 and 12 in Game 7 versus the Pacers. First 4 games of the finals, averaged 20.7 rebounds before playing through a severe back injury. Didn't even look 50% if you watched Game 6. But good enough to pour in 8 points, 4 assists, 2 steals on 4 baskets, allowing MJ to seal the deal. Safe to say, without Pippen's production, the Bulls don't win that 98 title. The late great Kobe Bryant 2007, after winning 3 titles with Shaq by the age of 23, it seemed like the duo might win 7 or 8 championships together. But after the two beefed heavily the entire 04 season and shockingly lost to the Pistons in non-competitive fashion, the team forced to get rid of one of the two, elected to trade the 32-year-old O'Neal to the Miami Heat. Of course, the trade wasn't a fair one. After Shaq won title number 4, Kobe missed the playoffs for the first time in his career, followed by 2 straight first-round exits. Absolutely no help looking at his lineup, became the most unstoppable scorer in the game, 28 years old at the height of his powers, wasting his prime on a bad roster. This interview with Stephen A. Smith shocked the whole basketball world.
You're still under contract with them. Are you saying right here on this show that you want to be traded?
Yeah, I would like to be traded, yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's not a situation where what if you know? I know before you reportedly said that you would like them to get Jerry West back. Are you saying now emphatically, regardless of what they've done, you want out of Los Angeles?
Yeah, I would like to be traded. And as tough as it is to say that, as tough as it is to come to that conclusion.
The state of the Lakers in crumbles, LA fans nervous, Phil Jackson also dealt with health issues, might step down, many trade talks, a discussion with Jermaine O'Neal for Andrew Bynum, talks about getting KG, but Garnett went to the Celtics, Kobe was upset, LA didn't pull the trigger on the Jason Kidd deal. Although Kobe was close to being traded to the Pistons for Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Amir Johnson, and a first, but used his no-trade clause to kill the deal, while the Bulls the short-term list of teams he wanted. But the Lakers wanted Luol Deng, Tyrese Thomas, Ben Gordon, and Joakim Noah, but Kobe demanded Deng to stay in Chicago for him to accept the trade. No deal there. LA even reached out to Cleveland for a 22-year-old LeBron for Kobe package, the best player for the next best player, but Kobe would have never approved it. He liked Chicago, San Antonio, or Phoenix. After not being able to find a deal, the Lakers were way low in the preseason title odds, even talks about Kobe not wanting to be on the team on opening night. Some viewed Bryant as not a leader, not a winner without Shaq, but the Lakers with the improvements of Andrew Bynum and getting back Derek Fisher shocked the entire league by winning 57 games, number 1 in the West. Kobe trusted his teammates more, they showed up, went on to land multiple-time All-Star Pau Gasol, the perfect teammate needed to pair up with Kobe, and a Kwame Brown trade package, viewed as one of the most lopsided trades at the time. Kobe went on to win his first MVP, led LA all the way to the finals unexpected, made 3 straight finals, 2 titles since demanding the trade, the face of the league in the most marketable franchise, his bad reputation and not being able to win without Shaq went away. 6 elite superstar seasons since the trade request, averages of over 27 points, 5.5 rebounds, 5 assists, spectacular championship runs, cementing his legacy as one of the game's greatest, over 29, 5-5 in 89 postseason games since. If Kobe ended up on the Bulls or Pistons, there's no guarantee he would have won 2 more titles. A 20-year career Laker legend, the Mamba will be missed. Paul Pierce 2007. After a disastrous 07 season, Boston won 24-58, failed to land either Greg Oden or Kevin Durant, settled for the 5th pick. Paul Pierce heading into year 10, career numbers of 23.6 points, 6.5 rebounds, 4 assists in the prime of his career, averaged 27 and 25 the last 2 seasons, but 2 straight failed playoffs, including an 18-game losing streak. The C's trying to tank for you-know-who. Neville Dallas owner Mark Cuban in Vegas says, "I'm your missing piece." After the Mavs badly knocked off the first round by the eight-seeded Warriors, Cuban recalled it was a done deal, a 3-way trade, but the third team killed it. GM Danny Ainge then wasted no time, did tons of work in bringing in All-Star Ray Allen, and then the highlight of the offseason, landing one of the best in the game, superstar Kevin Garnett, forming an unstoppable big three, led to a 42-game improvement and a championship right away, 66 wins. Pierce had the opportunity to prove himself, holding his own amongst the game's best, balled out versus LeBron in the semis, Kobe in the finals, won finals MVP, ended a 19-year franchise title drought, went on to average over 19, 5-4, 6 more seasons in Boston after demanding that trade, similar postseason numbers, 2 finals, 4 conference finals. Pierce more than likely would have won a title if he took his talents to Dallas and teamed up with Nowitzki, but that wasn't his team. Had his jersey number retired by the Celtics franchise along with all the previous greats, if Pierce was indeed moved to Dallas, Boston might still be ringless 36 years after 1986. The incredible lineup of Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Scottie Pippen, Paul Pierce, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Imagine if they left their team to play elsewhere in their primes. Thank goodness, these 5 are greatly remembered for being patient and sticking out with their original teams for the better result, winning some championships. Sometimes it's truly better when you stay with your current team after being unhappy. Remember, emotions are only temporarily. Just take a look at this starting 5, an incredible lineup nonetheless. I also want to give a shout out to RDTV for putting up these amazing graphics together. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love all of you. See you next time.